All right, everybody, here comes another tip. But before, um, you, you know, I'm not selling any courses or asking for any money or anything. But if you've learned just one little thing, I am asking you to subscribe and, when you can, leave a comment so it feeds the algorithm and tells YouTube people are engaging in these videos. And so, um, they actually push it a little bit if they find out people are interested. In addition to that, you guys may not know that I have my original YouTube channel is called Mower Dog. I'm going to leave it in the description down below, and I'm just asking you to go there and subscribe. And it's a variety channel. I've had it maybe 8-10 years where I do a lot of metal detecting. And then I also have a section there where I'm finding where people call me where they've lost like their wedding ring. And then I'll go out and find it for them. And then I prank them. So I've got some pretty good pranks. I mean, I don't prank people if I don't find their ring. But if I found their ring, I'll prank them. And it's pretty hilarious. A lot of them are. And then I have tractor repair, auto repair, mushroom hunting, morel mushroom hunting. Anyway, it's just a variety channel. If you wouldn't mind, like I said, go in there, find a video or a section that you like and leave a comment. I'm just trying to, grow that channel. I think this pressure washing niche for this channel to grow is pretty limited. So, but yeah, please subscribe to both of them. Anyway, so here comes a tip. And I know that when I first started in the service business, plumbing, carpentry, electrical, HVAC, and especially the bigger bids like a bath remodel or a kitchen remodel, basement finish, something like that, big landscaping job, I was letting my emotions get the best of me on my pricing. What I mean by that is I would use my formulas and whatever, and let's say it's a bathroom remodel, and they wanted granite tops and a stone sink and, handmade shower and all that stuff. And I would figure all that stuff up, and I would, say, well, that's $12,000. So let me figure it another way. Man, it's 13,000 figuring it that way. So let me think about it a little bit more. Well, I think my tile supply house got a 10% off coupon, and if I figured it'd take me 20 hours to set that custom tile, but if everything went well, I could do that in 12. And so now my bid is, I got her to $10,000. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, but it's still high. Darn, that sounds really bad. Darn, let's see where I can cut some more. I got 2 gallons of mastic left from my old job. I can use some of that, so we'll take $40 off of that, and if everything works out good, I could probably do it for about 9 grand. And then, but man, I wouldn't pay that. I wouldn't pay 9 grand for that. Dang. But gas prices coming down a little bit. That's probably going to save me $50 right there. So you can take $50 off it. Anyway, what I'm doing is, and I did it because my numbers would say one thing, my emotions would say, oh, that sounds too high. We've all heard it. I was doing it to myself. So we take a $10,000 or $12,000 bid, and we sit there and think of all the different ways we can save, and how maybe instead of figuring 8 hours on something, I could do it in 6. Well, I mean, we all think we're Superman. We all think we can do more than we can do, and in reality, especially those jobs where you're trying to cut somebody some slack, those jobs are the ones you're going to have problems with every time. So I would take $11 or $12,000 job, and that's what I should have sold it for or tried to sell it for. That gave me, my overhead and profit up there. I wouldn't have to shop around for the material, which takes a ton of time. Um, anyway, so now I take a $12,000 job and I sell it for $8,500, and I sit there at the kitchen table and I go over everything and I said that's going to be $8,500. They said, okay, let's go. When can you start? Well, crap. So then you get on that job and you find out that your 10% coupon you're going to use expired last week. Gas prices are now going back up. Just one thing after another, it just starts snowballing. And you get into that job, and I had these scales, built-in scales, profit or loss, make money, not making money. And you'd start out and you're like, oh, I'm going to make all this money. And then little by little, you get down even, and you're like, oh, well, crap, from here on out, I'm losing money. Then it goes the other way. And there's nothing worse than getting up in the morning, going to a job, knowing you're losing money. All you're going to do is rush. You're not going to do a quality job. So don't do that. I did it for probably about 5 years until I was like, man, I'm freaking broke. Why is it? I'm busy. I'm broke. So I raised my price, almost doubled my price, and then I stuck to it. So what's funny is, so now if I figure that same job and it's a $11,000 job, and I figured it 2 or 3 different ways and it comes up to $11,000, now I'm thinking, well, if I run into a little bit more trouble, if gas prices go up, now I'm adding to that price another 10%. Then I sell that. And I tell you, the same amount of people bought at that price than they did at the lower price. And there's no better feeling when you're on a job and you get up in the morning and you're putting your boots on, you walk out the door and you're like, I'm making money today. And you feel like that until the job's done. That's a hell of a lot better feeling than waking up at a certain point saying, I'm losing money today. I mean, it's just depressing. So do not do that with your house washing bids. So if you figure, a big package and it's $1,200, don't think in your head, well, where can I cut? Where can I cut? Oh, I could probably do it for $1,000. I'm not going to do it for $1,000. $950 sounds better. It's almost $1,000. I mean, you see yourself working that price down. Do not fall for that. If you're going to do anything, come up with a price, add 10%, then sell that price. Also, another tip, like I said, I did a lot of service work. I was in a lot of people's houses every week, a lot of different people's houses, 1 or 2 hour repairs. I was working for the middle class, mid upper, and the upper class. And the middle class, middle upper class was just happy to see me show up and do the job. They never once would try to talk me down on the price or anything. It was the people that had a lot of money. The house just reeked of money. I was always kind of jealous. I like whatever they're doing. I'd sure like to be able to do that. But no, I'm out here fixing their houses and stuff. And those people, you give them a price of $1,200, and then they start trying to, well, I can give you $1,000 to do it, and then we go through that crap again. I could give somebody a middle income person the same bid, and they'd say, well, it may be a little higher than I was thinking, but let's just go ahead and go with it. So you got to watch the people, and I'm not saying, like I said, exceptions to every rule, but I have found the people that have made it, at least the facade on the outside looks like these people got a lot of money. Those are the ones that's going to try to get to you. Um, and another thing that people would do, I would pull up to a house. We're talking 20, 30 years ago. It'd be a $500,000 house, $750,000 house. I'd pull up. I remember one instance where I was in a place. It was called Longview Estates in Lee Summit, Missouri. Real high-priced houses. I mean, there's no such thing as a standard height door. I mean, 8-foot doors is crazy crap. Everything's huge. New Lexuses out in the driveway. Anyway, so I pull up to this house, and this lady, at the time I was probably 35 or 40, and this lady looked old like I do now. And she come to the door, and she couldn't hardly spit it out, fast enough. Now I'm on a fixed income, and so I want the best price, the cheapest price you can give me. I'm on a fixed income like that. Now, and I immediately was just turned off by that. And so on that house, I really upped the price. So people that come out immediately in the first couple of sentences is, I'm on a fixed income, so you're going to have to be really cheap like that. I don't believe them at all. I'm sorry, but I don't believe them at all, because I would pull up to actual houses where it'd be like, these people don't have any money. And they would just be happy I showed up. Hey, you want a cup of coffee? All this stuff, completely different. So anyway, so if somebody comes out and says, I'm on a fixed income, no, I don't believe you. So anyway, so there's my tip. When you come up with a bid, stick with it or add a little bit to it. Do not talk yourself down. Another way of looking at it is, especially if you have a family, is if you start at $1,100 and you talk yourself down $200, now think about how many groceries that $200 would buy. Now instead of some top ramen in the cabinet, you've got hamburger, or instead of hamburger, you bought some steaks. So you're talking yourself out of food for your family. And when you think about food for your family, you're not going to do that. You don't want to do that. So don't do that. Anyway, like and subscribe this channel and my other channel, and help me grow. Leave a comment on both channels, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care.